Hello students, today I'm going to do a program on BBA. A lot of students have been asking us to do something on BBA and what kind of colleges are there, what kind of colleges are very good colleges, who is the kind of student who must do a BBA program, and what are the kind of career pathways, job roles that are possible if you do this program. And before I kick off with this program, there is one important caveat or condition that I will put in. BBA is not an escape route because you want to avoid mathematics. In the current modern context, if you don't have math, because even BBA, you're dealing with data, you're trying to analyze data, you're trying to understand what data tells you and how projections would work out and all. So you still need math as some kind of a grounding. Of course, you want to avoid technology and all, it is possible, but even that technology is also integrated into everything that you do at this point in time. But very important that, BBA is not an escape route for you for avoiding some subjects because you simply cannot avoid those kind of subjects. With that as a caveat, first of all, let me tell you what BBA would mean and how you're going to go about doing it. So while we're discussing this nomenclature of BA, Business Management, BSc in Business Management, or BBA or BMS, which is Bachelor in Management Studies, it's very important also to qualify this 3-year versus 4-year kind of a thing. If you're looking at a job, you'll do a 3+1, which is, straight away jump out to a program where at the 4th year you'll get internship and you move on from there and the internship converts to a placement offer. The other thing is you know very clearly that after BBA you will study further and move on to the next level, which is you will do an MBA or get on to something which is a master's program for sure. And by the way, internationally, BBA or any of these undergrad programs is only 3 years. So if you're very, very clear at some point in time that you will move on to the next level and do a master's program also, then the 3-year program works much better for you because you save that much of effort, time and money and you get onto your master's program straight away. So just be clear that there are different directions that a 4-year program has versus a 3-year program. The 4-year program takes you to the next level of saying, I'm going to get into internship, which will convert to a pre-placement offer, which will ultimately become a placement thing. And the 3-year program you will do because you know that you will do a master's program, which is what even IIMs do, by the way. IIMs, when they offer a integrated program in management, they do 3+2, right? And similarly, a lot of you would also want to do that. In fact, if you write an IP Mat, you're actually putting yourself for the 3+2 kind of a thing. Then in which case, I'd much rather that you do a 3-year program of a BBA or a BS in Business Management or a BS in Business Administration and those kind of programs. And that will ensure that you will also get into an international pathway where you get into the best universities in the world and start doing a master's program out there. Now, when I talk of BBA, there are 3 things that must always come in. By the way, the nomenclature of BBA is multiple in many countries, right? You talk about it as Bachelor of Business Administration. Some people call it as Bachelor of Management Sciences. Some people do it as BA in Management Studies. So there are multiple things, but ultimately the 2 words which are very important is business and management would be a part of this entire setup. And as long as you're doing that, an undergrad program which has management or business would, for me, at this point in time, qualify as a part of what BBA or BMS or BA in Business Management would always be, right? Now, there's also another conversation of whether management is actually science or not. Art, and that is a conversation I will not debate at this point in time because we're dealing with undergrad students and I would just want it to be as simple as possible, right? Now, I always say BBA is useful only if you want early exposure to business. It's not an escape route because you're weak in mathematics. So if you want to get into business very, very early, you want to understand finance, marketing, digital marketing, products, operations and those kind of things, it's a very good option for you because you know that you're going to learn that in BBA. By the way, the curriculum between MBA and BBA is similar. It's just that you get into greater depth as you move for an MBA. And that should be a pathway for you because you can't live your entire life having just qualified as BBA. You will do something else after BBA also to create a career pathway, right? But the important thing is that it's not an escape because you are weak in mathematics. A good BBA introduces students to marketing, finance, HR, economics, analytics, entrepreneurship, everything you'll be introduced to. So the introduction, remember this word, introduction, that's what you're going to do and nothing beyond that. And student must not choose BBA as an escape route from rigor because there's a lot of rigor in BBA also. A lot of people walk into BBA think it's a very casual step and it's an easy life out there. No, it isn't if you want to get into a serious BBA. If you want to get any degree, then you can go to any degree mill and then get a degree which has no learning outcome. So just be very clear of that. And business student needs numbers, data. So when I talk of math, you need data, markets, technology and decision making. A casual BBA can become a soft degree with very, very weak outcomes. That's very important for you to understand. And BBA works always as a pathway. You will ultimately do an MBA or start and get into entrepreneurship, family business, consulting, sales, finance, something you will do. But you will not let BBA just let it be. You will grow from there and do something else So BBA is a pathway. It's not an end in all, right? And it's never a final destination. That's what we're trying to say. And because BBA is such, there is no capture of data of how many students benefited because of a BBA. Like for example, when you take a BTech, you know the placement outcome. When you do an MBA, you know the placement outcome. You know what is the median salary, what kind of companies come for placement. For BBA, there is no aggregation of that kind of a data. Lot of colleges started a BBA because they're catering to a bunch of people who are trying to avoid certain things or escape certain things. There are very few BBA programs that have been started with a serious intent to create student outcomes which actually matter to the student. There are thousands of institutions in this country which are offering a BBA because they are trying to cater to a bunch of students who are escaping from the rigor, the process, and escaping some subjects also for that matter. But very few BBA programs are out there which have created very, very rigorous course curriculum and also promising a student outcome for the student. And from that perspective, the college where you study BBA matters a lot. It matters a lot. If you get into any BBA college, it's as good as getting a degree in your hand but no learning and skill learning outcome. There is no outcome whatsoever. It's not valued at all. But if you get into a good BBA college, then you actually can create a pathway yourself and use this learning that you had in BBA to move further. So these are the first three things that I want to say, that it's not an escape route, it's always a pathway, it's not the final destination, and most importantly, the college where you join BBA matters a lot. So I'm also going to discuss with you the kind of colleges that offer BBA, what I listed out or what we listed out as some of the better colleges that are offering a BBA program. Now, in this entire video, what we'll do is we'll talk about what is BBA, what is the eligibility criteria, what's the admission process, who is this meant for, right? And we also spoke to an expert who is Mr. Abhishek Sharma. He's the Chief Operating Officer of Victoria University. Victoria University is one of the best universities that you have in the world. Victoria University is one of the best universities that you have in the world. They offer a BA in Business Management Sciences or BS in Management Sciences. And we also spoken to him because I cannot answer everything. So we actually had to seek out an expert who will respond to us on some of the critical questions that make a student decide whether they must do a BBA or not. So the first question we must answer is whether you should do a BBA or not. And then we get into, if you want to do BBA, what are the colleges that offer good colleges that offer a BBA program, right? And so we're talking about what is BBA, eligibility criteria, admission process, who is this meant for, the subject strengths that you need to have to do a BBA, the career pathways, what kind of job roles you'll have, and then we'll also discuss between BA and BBA and what it matters, and the top colleges and everything, foreign campus, everything, we'll talk about it here. Now, what is BBA? BBA is Bachelor of Business Administration. It's a 3 or 4 year program. I would always urge you to do a 4-year program because there you'll get internship. If it's a 3-year program, the internship roles are very, very limited because mind you, no company would want to employ a person who's 19, 20-year-old and trying to get around. You need some kind of a maturity, some kind of a wisdom, some kind of a learning for you to be a part of it, which is what, at least at this point in time, I'm not saying for the moment that 19-year-olds should not be employed and all, I'm not getting there. I'm just saying at this point in time, companies are reluctant to employ unless people are slightly more mature and then deal with this whole thing. So from that perspective, you should be, it's a 4-year program would always work because you'll actually get the 4th-year internship. And that internship can lead to a pre-placement offer and become a placement offer also for you. So from that perspective, make sure that you're into a 4-year program. It prepares students for careers in management, marketing, finance, HR, entrepreneurship, and corporate sectors. And it is one of the best choices when you actually deal with it, where you actually know that at some point in time, you'll do an MBA or a master's program and then move on from there, and you'll also want to create something of your own. All those things are possible if you do a BBA. But it's a 3 or 4-year program, and mind you, the 4-year program is very good. Even the 3-year program, which is being offered by most of the international campuses in India or even international universities, is also very, very good because it's a very rigorous program. Now, what is the eligibility for BBA? It should be a class 12 pass out very clearly. You can do an undergrad only when you clear class 12, right? And the minimum marks is ideally 50-60% is what they look for you to get into this kind of a program. And the age limit is, there is no age limit obviously, so all that is fine. And the additional requirement which some of the BBA programs demand is that you need mathematics compulsory. And I really admire some of the institutions which actually require mathematics to be a part of it, because you know that in the current context, understanding data, analyzing data, understanding metrics, all these are very, very important. So from that perspective, when you actually have an additional strength of mathematics, it makes you a far more stronger decision-making ability, and that will help you in going forward. And many of these people use an admission test, entrance exam, to actually choose students or filter out students, and we'll also come to the entrance exams that are out there. Now, what are the entrance exams that you have? We've listed out about 10 of them, by the way. CUET UG, which is a central universities, most central universities who offer a BBA also use that. By the way, CUET is taken by about 16-17 lakh students in this country. And some of them use, choose management or business management as one of the subjects and take an exam on that also. Then you have IPMAT, which is for IIM Indore, IIM Rohtak. So most of the IIMs, by the way, these days offer an undergrad program also. I don't know whether it's good or bad, but from what they were offering, which is post-graduation, they have now come down to undergrad also. And some of them are path-based, which means there are 5-year programs. As long as you minimum qualified at a CGPA level, you can also do an MBA and come out of an IIM as a BBA plus MBA and become an MBA. And that most of the IIMs are also starting, right? Then you have JIPMAT for IIM Jammu and IIM Bodh Gaya. It's an integrated program in management. So which means that you actually become, after 5 years, an MBA. So earlier you were doing 4+2, now it is 3+2 in that sense, right? NPAT, which is done by Narsee Monjee Institute of Management Sciences, it is based in Bombay. They also have campuses in a few other places, including Noida and Hyderabad and all. Now they also offer BBA. Now, my only condition that I'll put here as far as NPAT is concerned is, of course, join Narsee Monjee, but only if it's a Bombay campus. If it's any other campus, at this point, I'm hold back. At this point, I'm hold back because the other campus are not performing as well as Bombay campus. Bombay campus, being the mother campus, has a lot of focus and a lot of emphasis. So you must look at that. Then SCT, which is conducted by Symbiosis International University. Again, here also, if you get the Pune or Lavale campus, you must do a BBA. But any other campus, just be careful. There might be better options than that. So why do I say Narsee Monjee and Symbiosis, you should be wary about how you choose a thing? The thing is, it is not that you're getting into Narsee Monjee if you're getting into Hyderabad Noida campus. When we talk of Narsee Monjee and the ranking and the reputation and all, we talk of Narsee Monjee, the Bombay campus. When we talk of Symbiosis reputation and all, we talk of the Pune campus. We're not talking of the Hyderabad campus or any other campus that they have. So you cannot pass off the credibility and learnings from this particular campus and say all my students are similar. They're not. And that is where I am talking about it, right? Then you have IPCET, which is essentially for Indraprastha University, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University. They have some of the best colleges in BBA. One of them is Shahid Sukhdev Singh College in Delhi. So if you're doing this and get into one of those colleges, which is very, very good, you must take that. Then you have Christ University entrance test. Christ also has multiple campuses, but I would always prefer the Bangalore campus if I'm not talking of. So any reference to Christ, Narsee Monjee, Symbiosis is to the mother campus, the parent campus, the original campus. It's not to do with the other campuses that they've opened up all over the country. No, we're not talking of that. Then you have CUT, UJAT, which is some private universities also accept UJAT conducted by IMA. IMA is All India Management Association. They conduct, for example, they conduct a MAT examination for PG, and similarly they started a UGAT examination, which some of the management institutions which are offering a BBA program accept. Then Flame University offers a BBA program, very, very good one, and Ashoka Aptitude Test. We all know Ashoka is one of the best liberal arts universities in the country, and they offer a BBA program, so you can get to that. Now the big questions that we also need an expert assistance in terms of what exactly should be done, who should do it and all. So we did speak to Abhishek Sharma, who is the Chief Operating Officer of Victoria University, to understand some of these critical questions that I thought I should not be answering, but an expert should be answering. So what I asked him is, what kind of person is a real candidate for BA in business management? And does it suit future entrepreneurs, corporate professionals, or people who are still exploring their direction, right? So I asked Abhishek Sharma exactly about the same question, and this is what he responded.
A BA in business management is ideal for organized thinkers who are able to think and solve business problems. It is useful for students who have a balanced analytical as well as emotional side, wherein they can look at a problem from a complete perspective and try to find the solution. So this actually, it's a foundation program which helps in developing not only your strategic and leadership level skills, but also your analytical thinking, problem solving, communication skills, your adaptability and organizational leadership skills. So this is suitable not only for corporate professionals, but is also equally suitable for students who are aspiring to be entrepreneurs, who want to set up some things on their own, who want to have their own startups and lead in the business world. This course is also suitable for students who are exploring a future career and have still not decided what direction they want to take. Because this course is very broad based and it acts as a foundation. So even if you are not sure what you want to do in the corporate world or what sector you want to enter into, this is a good option if you want to explore and build the fundamentals, build the foundations required for successful career.
Now, the next question that I actually asked Abhishek was, again, is, the kind of subject sense that the student must have. Is it that only a student very good in mathematics should do it, or can any kind of student can do it? So the question that I asked Mr. Abhishek Sharma was, what subjects or natural ability should a student have? Is it more about communication and critical thinking than mathematics, or is it a balance of both that are needed? And that is very important because a lot of students, I told you earlier, use at times BBA as an escape route. So for me, the important question was, does the student need communication skills? Does he require critical thinking? Does he require mathematics as a subject or a strength in mathematics for him or her to go about doing it? And this is what I asked Mr. Abhishek Sharma, who is the Chief Operating Officer of Victoria University, which is one of the best universities that you have in the world based on the world rankings, QS or THE, they are right up there. So I asked him this particular question.
A balance of both is needed. So a BBA is not purely technical. It helps you develop your core analytical skills in terms of numbers, data management, but it also helps you develop your non-technical skills like your communication skills, empathy, emotional intelligence, because a successful leader requires both. A successful leader requires proficiency in numbers, data, and also the ability to lead and manage large teams. So this is what this course helps you develop.
Now, the other thing that actually has is, you actually have BBA, but then you have BMS, which is Bachelor in Management Studies, and then you have BA in Management Studies. Now, what is the difference? Is there a difference between the two, 3 or 4? Because there are different nomenclatures as far as BBA is concerned. For us, the nomenclature is, BBA, but it is being offered by different people in different nomenclature. So the important question that I wanted to understand is, what is BA versus BBA? By the way, if I were to just put things in context, a lot of people offer BS in computer sciences, and a lot of people offer BTech in computer sciences. The liberal universities don't want to go through the entire rigmarole of getting approval, and also they offer BS in computer sciences, and they're equally competitive also, by the way. Right? And then you actually had some offering BTech CSE. Similarly, this also is a question here of a BBA versus BBA, and what are the differences, what are the commonalities? So what we asked Mr. Abhishek is, what is the real difference between BA in Business Management and BBA, which is Bachelor of Business Administration? Which one carries more weight in different industries or geographies? Now, world over, it is always BA in Business Management, by the way. World over. So if you want to create an international pathway, it is always BA in Business Management. Right? But in India, it is BBA. So the question that we asked Ms. Abhishek Sharma is, what is the difference between the BA in Business Management versus BBA, and does it have a relative weightage across the geographies and continents? And here is what he had to say.
The primary difference between a BBA program and a Bachelor's in Business Management or a BA in Business Management is the focus of the curriculum. A BA in Business Management will typically focus, it is more broad based, it will focus on building the foundations. Whereas a BBA program is more practical, hands-on, and is more geared towards making you ready for an entry level into the corporate sector or for helping you set up your own startup. So that difference is mainly in terms of their approach and in terms of what outcome they are focusing at.
Now about all the big things that we're talking about, like when we agreed that this is the kind of student that must do it, this is the kind of degree that they must pursue, and this is the kind of person who should be actually getting into BBA and what BBA means and all, we obviously have to come out with a list of B schools that in our opinion are very, very good as far as taking the BBA program for you is concerned. So from that perspective, when you look at that, and by the way, this is not in hierarchical order, so we just put first all the IIMs that are offering a BBA, then IITs that are offering a BBA, then some of the private universities, and then the foreign campuses. This is not in any particular order. Just be very clear about that. What we're doing is we're recommending or listing out credible, reputed institutions which are also offering a BBA program. And to that extent, because they're reputed institutions, they'll work hard to ensure that the BBA program has some kind of student outcome, which means either you learn, you skill, or you get a job, or all the three is the best option for you. So when we look at that, IIM Kozhikode offers by the way, this is a very new program. We're starting in 26-27 only. So it's fresh off the pan. They offer a BMS, which is Bachelor in Management Studies. I told you earlier that it is not necessarily BBA. IIM Kozhikode offers a Bachelor's in Management Studies. A lot of institutions also offer it as a combination with data sciences, business analytics, and those kind of things. So keep looking at the nomenclature of that. You'll understand that it's got a wider scope than just calling it a BBA. So these people offer a BMS, which is Bachelor in Management Studies. IIM Mumbai offers BS in Digital Science and Business Management. Right, and this, by the way, is a 4-year program. Both are 4-year programs. So IIM Mumbai offers BS in Digital Science and Business Management. This also has come out very, very recently. Because as I told you, a lot of IIMs are now getting into the undergrad programs because they want to cater to a market demand out there. And it is good in a certain sense because it's going to actually take it away from some of these lot of universities which created a BBA program because they want to cater to a demand of students who are trying to escape the BTech or PCM route. And that is very important. So IIM Mumbai also is offering that. This is a very, very good program. By the way, if you get into IIM Mumbai, just take it. It's a fantastic, fantastic institution. It was earlier called NETI Mumbai. Now it's called IIM Mumbai because they've changed the name to IIM Mumbai. But IIM Mumbai, because it's based in Mumbai, it has a very, very unfair advantage because of the location itself. So take it if you get it. Then IIM Ranchi is one of the first people who got into it. It's a 5-year program. First 3 years you could do UGA, and then you do an MBA. MBA progression. So what you do is you want to get into IIM Ranchi or IIM Bodh Gaya and all, and IIM Rohtak and all. You want to do an IIM, you want to join an IIM and get into an MBA. One of the routes is you start early. After your class 12, crack your IP MAT examination or whatever entrance exam that you have. Do a 3-year BBA. If you maintain your CGPA, then you're automatically inducted into the MBA program of IIM itself, where you qualify and become a PGDM or MBA from IIM. And that's a very good pathway for a lot of students. A lot of students take the IP MAT examination because they want to do an MBA, but they don't want to wait for 4 years, do a BTech program and all that. So they try to crack the IP MAT examination and go through that pathway. It's a very good pathway, but remember, it is not an automatic choice that just because you got through IP MAT and got into IIM Bodh Gaya Rohtak and got into BBA, you need to maintain a CGPA at the BBA level for you to be scaled up and you will be allowed to do an MBA from IIM. Right? That's the next one, which is IIM Ranchi. Then IIM Rohtak also 5-year BBA plus MBA program. Then IIM Sambalpur. They offer BS in BS. So now we're talking about BS, remember, in Management and Public Policy. So here, along with management, the public policy also is included. Right? And it's also a 4-year BS in Management and Public Policy, a 4-year program. IIM Jammu has a integrated program, which is a 5-year program, BBA and MBA program. IIM Shillong also BBA and BBA honors with MBA pathway. So that is IIM Shillong for you. IIM Sirmaur is BMS. Like IIM Kozhikode, they also offer BMS, which is Bachelor in Management Studies. It's a 4-year BMS with MBA progression, option based on CGP, of course. Right. IIT Patna recently got into a BBA program, which is a 3-year module of BBA through Center for Education Technology. So IIT Patna got into it, and here you can be sure that a lot of technology, a lot of mathematics would be included or integrated. So just be very clear that when you get into an IIT BBA program, you will actually have a lot of math emphasis and a lot of technology emphasis. Right. Now the next one, I listed out the public institutions. Let me list out some of the private institutions. SRM, which is based in Chennai, offers a BBA, which is BBA in Business Administration. It's a 3-year BBA with optional 4th year of BBA honors under NAP. So this is optional. The 4th year is optional, but a lot of people do take it up. VIT Vellore has partnered with an international university in USA. So they offer BBA and BBA in Financial Analytics. It's a 2+2 year, which means 2 years you study here and you have an option to study for 2 years in USA and get the degree, exit degree from there with a VIT degree also here. It includes a 2+2 collaborative pathway with a US-based university. Right, and this is a very good program because if you're looking at a pathway to study abroad, then VIT Vellore really qualifies for that because you study for 2 years in India, you're slightly more mature, and then 2 years, 3rd and 4th year, you do it in USA. Right, Symbiosis does that as BBA. It is called SCMS in Pune, Noida. Right, now I will only look for Pune. I will not look for Noida at this point in time. And they offer BBA honors with research. So Symbiosis also offers him. Now, Symbiosis, you should know, is one of the premier business management institutions in this country. So any management program that they create, I will always respect that. but it is at Pune Lavale campus and not anywhere else. Right. Manipal University Jaipur has a BBA Honors in Business Analytics. It includes, they also have specialization, which is Hospitality and Tourism or Operations Management specialization. Right. Now, recently MAHE, which is also an IOE, which is called the Institution of Eminence, which is given as a status to only 4-5 private universities in this country by the government of India, because they believe that the institutions are so good. The institutions are so good that they qualify to be in the top in the world over. So they were given a lot of autonomy, a lot of freedom to work on their own ethic or on their entire self, so that they can actually scale up the world rankings and become one of the top 100 institutions from India to be topping the charts in the world. So MAHE has a Bangalore campus. That Bangalore campus offers a BBA program. And this BBA program is extremely good, because I know I visited the place. They do wonderfully well for themselves, and they also ensure that the students get placed. I remember last time when I spoke to them, the median salary that students are getting there is about 9-10 lakh rupees. Right? So if you're getting a BBA in MAHE campus, you must take it up. Right? Then Christ University, which actually is the original, they started the entire BBA revolution in this country, in my opinion. But the Bangalore campus only we're talking of. They also have a BBA Honors Decision Sciences. Multiple BBA specialties they have, because a lot of branches of BBA are being offered by Christ University. Right. Then Narsee Monjee, we talked of it, BBA and BBA FinTech. So this BBA FinTech program is a very good program, by the way, if it is in Mumbai campus, because most of the financial capital, Bombay is the financial capital of the country, right? And a lot of things to do with finance and technology is what you learn in this BBA FinTech. And a lot of companies are waiting for this kind of a talent to be picked up for placement purposes, right? Offered through School of Commerce and multiple campuses. Now, I told you about Shahid Sukhdev College of Business Studies. This one, you need to go through the IPU set for that. Undergraduate Management and Financial Investment Analysis programs. This again is one of the better things. Very low priced, but extremely good student outcomes. So you should look at that also. Then we are talking of some of the foreign campuses that are setting up in India. Now remember, the foreign campuses that are setting up in India are essentially the top 500 in the global world over. In fact, not a single private university in India is in the top 500 universities in the world. So what government of India did was, they wanted to bring the best universities from outside of India to set up campuses in India, so that the cost of education for the student is lower and still the learning student outcome is as good. Of course, it doesn't qualify to be a global immersion that you would have if you were to study in the foreign campus itself. But remember, these are foreign campuses which have a lot of student intake in these campuses, but they're trying to set up campus in India. And to that extent, your learning, the skilling and all those things would be equal. It's just that the global immersion is where you might be actually faltering. So what we did was, we also listed out some of the foreign campuses that are setting up in India, and whether they're offering anything to do with management or business administration. So we found from Victoria University in Australia, they have a campus in Gurugram in Delhi, and they offer Bachelor of Business. It's a 3-year program. Then you have Illinois Institute of Technology, which is from USA. They actually have a campus in Mumbai in Maharashtra. They offer BS in Business Administration. It's a 4-year program. Right. The University of New South Wales in Australia, they are based in Bangalore. They have a campus in Bangalore. They offer Bachelor of Business in a 3-year program. The University of Liverpool, UK offer, again, they have a Bangalore BA in Business Management and BSc in Accounting and Finance. So they have 2 programs, and both are 3-year programs. Then you have University of Southampton, which is based in Delhi. They actually offer, they are based in Gurugram. They offer BSc Honours in Accounting and Finance, and they offer BSc Honours in Business Management. Right? And both are 3-year programs. Then you have University of York, which is based from UK. They are based in Mumbai, Maharashtra. They have BA Honours in Business and Management, BA Honours in Economics, and BA Honours in Business of the Creative Industries. These are very nuanced and specialized program, by the way, but a very good program if you are interested in creative industries and want to do business in creative industries. Right? And these are all 3-year programs, if you notice very carefully. Now, most of the international campuses, you must know, only offer 3-year programs, because that is the structure that they have internationally. Internationally, no bachelor's program is more than 3 years, unlike in India where you have BTech and BBA and all. By the way, we also created a 4-year program because we wanted to cater to that audience which wants to study abroad. So they wanted to have 16 years of study and so on and so forth, right? But with the international pathways, because you're studying actually in an international campus in India itself, it is most likely that you will have an international pathway cleared, because it's exactly the same program based on which the students of this particular universities are studying outside of around the world also. So your pathway, possibility, eligibility comes down by 1 year. To that extent, you actually gain while you're studying in the India campus. So if you're looking at international pathways, ultimately at some point in time you want to study outside of India, this becomes a very, very good option. These 7-8 campuses which are offering any BBA, BA in business management, BS in business management, this becomes a very, very good option for you. Now, obviously, we also want to understand if a student does, BBA or BA in business management or BMS and all, what are the kind of career pathways? What kind of careers do open up? So the question that we asked the expert, which is Mr. Abhishek Sharma, was, what broad career directions can a business management graduate pursue? Management consulting, operations, marketing, entrepreneurship, or further post-graduation study like an MBA? So these are the questions that we wanted to ask him, and when we spoke to him, this is what he actually had to say.
These courses offer some of the most flexible career opportunities. This is one of the foundations which sets you up for flexible career pathways. Whether you want to be a part of the management consulting and advisory industry, or you want to be a part of the operations supply chain field, or you want to explore careers in the finance sector or emerging fintech sector, healthcare, health tech, any area that you choose, it is possible because of this foundation. So this course opens up new career avenues for you and is not restrictive in any manner.
And lastly, obviously, all students want to have a placement. So what kind of job roles, what kind of companies, what kind of pathways, and what kind of student outcomes can a student expect if they were to do a BBA? Again, we spoke to Mr. Abhishek Sharma, and this is what he had to say, because the question was, what entry level? Because, by the way, one of the things that you must be very clear about when you discuss this part of it is that you're not likely to become a manager straight away. If you do a BBA, you'll not be given a manager role. You'll start as a business development, sales development, or some development roles that you'll get, and then you scale up and grow and then become a manager in that company. But to have greater clarity, we spoke to Mr. Abhishek Sharma on what entry-level and mid-career job titles are realistic for business management graduate, business analyst, operations manager, marketing executive, HR manager, or project manager. What kind of roles can you expect is what we asked them, and this is what he had to say.
To be realistic, students after completing the bachelor's level degree, whether it is bachelor's in business management or a BBA, typically they would be joining at an entry level, which could be at an associate level or an executive level. But depending on their performance, depending on their passion, depending on how much efforts they are willing to put into this role, the progression can be very fast. So within a few years, you could see the students taking up managerial positions, and depending on their performance and the overall growth in the organization, in 10 to 12 years, they could be heading a particular department.
So I hope, students, that you actually got a wind of what exactly a BBA is, or BMS is, or BA in business management is. 3-year, 4-year program is okay. If you're looking at global pathways, I already showed you some of the global pathway institutions that you're looking at. You can actually go through them, and it's easier for you to have a global pathway. But most importantly, what I'm about to tell you is this. BBA should not be a default option for you. BBA should be an option for you because you like business, because you like HR, you want to understand finance, how a business conducts itself, how operations work, how supply chain happens. If you're interested in that, BBA is an option for you. But if it's a default option, you will get into a BBA degree, you'll also qualify as a graduate in BBA, but the student outcomes and the learning outcomes would be redundant because you will not be able to use them. BBA is not an escape route. BBA is not a default option. BBA, you should do it only because you believe that that is the option for the kind of direction and pathway that you are looking for. And then it works for you. Otherwise, it doesn't work for you. I hope this helps you. Thank you so much. Namaste.